Hello and welcome to another set of turns of Dominions 5. I'm the False God. We are playing today as Pangea in our Disciples game. We are on turn 40, the big 4-0. And let's see what we've got. I think we're wrapping up our war with Team Blood. We got some more Lightless Lanterns from Ubar. We got a couple of new magic sites. I think, what are these? Yeah, money and an earth. Unfortunately, we found those for Satis, so not going to immediately help us, though Satis has sent us plenty of money, so it's all fair. Farm of Plenty sucks. Our blood economy is terrible. I'm doing a terrible job of getting this together. Now, we're being raided by Zabalba, so I'm currently having a hard time sort of getting our blood hunters out where they're supposed to be. And speaking of these Zabalban raids, here they are. Let's go ahead and see if we manage to catch anything. Oh, I didn't catch anybody here. But we can see that all of their helpers are pretty much gone. They're also busy using reinvigorations. So we are whittling through their resources. And we're very happy that they didn't do this earlier. So this is the same problem. But on the bright side, right, again, we're still whittling through their blood access. Yeah, and then last one, it looks like. Yeah, we have nothing. Okay, so we took some stuff. Satis was this guy. Let's go ahead and hope this guy was feeble-minded or something. Yes, okay, good. I figured he was, but... Here's a throne. Springhawks and Kidus. This is exactly the kind of throne that we lost our Melkart to in the Baratos game when he got shot to death by those archers. We take a province with no enemies. They have presumably no money left. Or at least they have no income, so they're not gonna be able to put a lot of PD anywhere. Ooh, battle in Sauro. Let's see if Sauro came out to fight. Kind of a small force, and no, Sauro didn't come out. Just in terms of taking a capital, I think that this definitely could have lost if there was that whole big Areopata stack that we've seen sort of marching around. But as it stands, they'll chew through this PD, I'm quite certain. Yeah, with no losses. Sauro attacks us. I think we had raided this. Yeah, we have nothing here. We get attacked by Zib. We have nothing here. We're kind of losing the raiding war here, which is hilarious against somebody who can literally only do raiding. They attack Ubar. Ubar has a little bit more stuff here than we do, but not enough. Maybe it's not more. I think these are heavy infantry. I think this is more PD. Now, Ubar does get a mage as well, though he routes. But that was that one. We get attacked here in the cave. And we get attacked here. Here we have a little bit more PD, and they've got a relatively small number of casters. I think that they will still have... Ooh, we got him. Sniped him with an arrow. Yeah, we're gonna rout off. But I think we did get a kill there on one of the little mages, at least. So, here we go. Big fight from Satis here, it looks like. I think. Yes, okay. Alright, Satis has got an army of long dead up front, heavy infantry in the middle, and then these lizard chariots are trapped behind, not trapped behind, are positioned behind. He's got Sauro, a reborn. Is it reborn? These are all reborns? Okay, with a bunch of death gems. And then a Sauromancer in the middle. The god is here as well. He's got a Thistle Mace and a Vine Shield. It looks like Foul Vapors to me. He's also... Oh, no, sorry, this is a Sauromancer. Looks like Foul Vapors to me. Boots the Messenger, Cornucopia, yeah. And the god is also here with a Skull Staff and some other cool items. Pretty geared out, lots of gems. This is some random lizard lord in the back. Okay, so a decent amount of stuff from Satis. We can see already Sabbath Masters, Horde of Skeletons, Awakened Tattoos coming out. Lots of Oreopoda. Not sure exactly how many, but there's a whole line worth. Are these all? Yeah, these are Androphags in the back. Warrior Sorceresses. Witch King with a Herald Lance, Missile Protection, and a Horn of Valor. Interesting. So, and there's an Inari. So this is probably, I think, oh, there's their god too, the Vampire Queen. I think this has got to be about all the Oreopodas that Sauro has left. So let's go ahead and try and zoom out and see what's happening. Power of the Spheres. What do I think over here? Skeletons coming out. Poison Ward. Okay, now we got Natural Storm and Foul Vapors up. I saw those coming. So here's, I think, potentially I mean, there's different things you can try and play around. So all of our real Long Dead are out front, and we're making new Long Dead behind. But these Long Dead go away at the end of the fight, and these don't. So I think if you can, you want to try and like forward position your casters such that they're putting the temporary Long Dead in front. You can also try and do like a hole in the middle of your line and have that get filled with temporary undead. But this way, we're just going to end up losing real undead while temporary undead sort of fill up the back lines. Oh, I also didn't notice or didn't mention that there's a whole bunch of these crystal sorceresses that are here as well, doing it looks like anti-magic. They do not appear. He did the poison ward, which I think was supposed to hit these guys, but it has not. So they have no poison resistance. So that's probably not going to go great for them. Natural Storm went up. So it's definitely going to hurt fire magic. Earth power. He's not doing like storm power or anything, so he doesn't need it for that. No air gems. So it's going to hurt fire magic and prevent flying. Maybe preventing imps. That's probably the idea, is it to prevent imps. Okay, makes sense. Okay, we'll keep it on play here. Howl went up by a Sauron, so that's a great one. Alright, we've got a clash, right? These Oreopodas are obviously much better than Long Dead, so the Long Dead's job, I think, mainly is going to be to just sit here while the work gets done by Foul Vapor. We got Air Elementals coming out. Dive really fast. Wailing Winds. Ah, there we go. That is going to definitely help. Let's see if we can zoom out a little bit here. You can see we got some people routing. There's more people routing. In the middle, the line looks like it's collapsing on their sacreds. They don't have any poison resistance, so they're definitely going to struggle with that. The wolves are going to harass these undead at the back, which is going to help prevent them from making it to the front. We do have undead from both sides, so it's hard to necessarily figure out exactly who's undead or doing what. But all the casters of everything are still up. Guys are still mostly standing firm against the Wailing Winds. Ashes to Ashes coming out. There are Soulless coming out. Not sure where the Soulless came from. Maybe I guess they're doing Raised Dead now instead of Horde of Skeletons. We got wolves. Who are these guys fighting? I guess they're fighting these guys. There goes another caster from Sauro. Getting some retreats back here as well, the heavy infantry. It's close. But it looks like all this, I mean, okay, it's not that close. All the Oreopoda appear to be dead. But there's a lot of long dead on both sides. And let's see. So he's still got some casters left. Fatigued out. I don't know what the temperature scale in this province is. I don't know if we can see it. Fatigued out. Fatigued out. So all the casters are fatigued out except for, oh, yep, including that guy. The god is probably somewhere around here and probably not fatigued out. There he is. Yeah, not fatigued. They've got a god up too. Also unfatigued. Their skeletons are currently like balling up because of these wolves. Whereas we're sort of streaming forwards. We've got retreating wolves. Our heavy infantry have retreated. We've got a lightning bolt going out from the god. Or a thunderstrike or something. We've got a big ball of, yeah, that thunderstrike. Of undead and wolves. And then they've got a big mass of undead. All the spells are still up. I'm not sure how many real units are even left on the battlefield. I think it's basically god on god here, with a handful of mages and some summons left. So a fight this long can wear on Satis's poison resistance. Like, they have some, but eventually you can foul vapors out your own guys. We got lightning bolts coming out, or dust to dust versus thunderstrikes. I can't believe this guy's still here and hasn't managed to get poisoned to death. Ray's dead. All right, we've made contact. Shockwave. See if we can't break through. Terror is okay. That's a spell. We hit the vamp there for 9. Got more wolves coming in. Okay, I think now we can speed it up. Something went down. Can't remember which one though. Ooh, big shockwave. Oops, sorry. I was trying to fast forward. Big shockwave from our guy, or not shockwave. T-strike, drain life. Their god's at 5 HP. Is regenning. Boom. Thunderstruck to death. Thunder. Alright. Big fight there. That was this one. Okay. So Satis lost all his sorceresses and a lizard hero, as well as one Sauro Lich. How did the Sauro Lich die? Oh no, now we have to watch the... Alright, we'll go back and watch the whole thing again, because I thought he was fine. Not sure how he managed to get killed off. And then he lost a lot of long dead and a decent amount of heavy infantry and city guard, but everything here very replaceable. On the other hand, Sauro lost 3 Inari, 3 warrior sorceresses. Oh, do we have a replay bug? Oh, maybe we have that it did patch because Satis was defeated. Okay. All right, to be honest, that makes a lot of sense because I remembered us losing this battle and was very surprised to see us win. Okay, so this is what really happened then. The battle summary is always right. The replay is lying. Unfortunately, that probably means that we're going to have a lot of lying replays coming up. Because, okay, that's unfortunate. But, in any event, the Oreopodas all died or fled. The Androphags all died or fled. A Witch King died. Warrior Sorceresses died. Sauro has another Pyrrhic victory here. They're second over Satis. But ultimately, they're not going to have the strength to continue. So I think in the real version, if I remember correctly, what happens is that the Satis god is mainly doing Horde of Skeletons, and so is the Sarmatian god, but the Sarmatian god has like a slight lead in getting it started. I think that enough of the skeletons got bogged up on the wolves that they formed enough. They sort of had a big wave that was larger than what we had. And as such, we lost the fight. We got overwhelmed by skeletons. And then he was probably standing there like shock waving or something, which is how I got to 235. Okay, unfortunate. And it's unfortunate about the replay bug, but you could see how close it was. You know, you have to make sure to tell Satis that it was definitely winnable. Okay, so we did lose this fight, but it's a Pyrrhic victory for Sauro. They lost everything. It's going to be extremely difficult for them to do anything from this point. And we take some more stuff back from Zib. We get some free gems, gold. We got salt. We're going to make sure not to put that on anybody. We don't need that getting out into the world. Gaia is stirring in her sleep. That's not great for us because we already had growth 3, so we just lost our dominion. And there's an arena battle, which we didn't send anyone to, but a Jotun Hearst won by going himself with no battles. So losing all that dominion sucks because we were busy trying to get it built back up. But looking at the map, this is like the worst it's looked for us in a long time. From a province perspective, we got kind of dipped here. We've got Zabalban forces sort of scattered everywhere. Sauro attacked us with a small contingent, etc., etc. We're going to go ahead and try and hit a bunch of these provinces. I think just about every province. Yeah, we're hitting every province they took from us except this one. We also talked to our teammates, and I think either this turn or next turn we're going to start mind hunting these guys down so they can't get away. So, Sora has... There's another 50 dudes. Some of them are Oreopada, but ultimately, I don't think that they have... Where was Strongdale? Where was the Satis fight? Oh, it was here. Ultimately, I think it's going to be difficult for Sauro to come back here. So, okay. Let's see if we're casting anything cool. Frostbrand, Dowsing Rod. No, we are not. We are site searching. We've also got like one of our teammates busy site searching for us. They found it. That's this little stolen Inari from Ubar wandering around our land site searching. Or not Inari. He's a soothsayer. Inari would be better, but that's not what he is. So, okay. Let's go ahead and jump into turn 41. And I guess we're going to have a lot of different battles. So we'll have to make sure to check the report as well. Ubar. Oh, that's right. It wasn't just Mine Hunts. It was also Call the Winds. So Call the Winds, I've spoken about before, is not usually the greatest spell of all time. But in this kind of scenario, you can pretty easily get the surround on this guy. He's only got 6 protection. He has 17 defense, but it'll get whittled down pretty fast. And he won't be able to cast if people are in melee with him. So he's going to get off, 1 horde of skeletons. And then birds are going to land. And you can see he lost half his hit points in the first round. And he's busy, jumping around and killing birds and stuff. But he's ultimately completely surrounded and dies. So there goes an Anaki for a low, low price of, 10 gems. We got Province. This has the Earth, Fire, Air mages with a random for Earth, Air, Fire, or Death. Sauro killed our Province defense, but then got hit by Satis, who also died. Too many long-dead horsemen, not enough troops. Our force defeat... Oh, here we go. This is an interesting one. Because it may or may not happen the same way if there's a replay bug. So they sent a small number of guys, and they're doing imps. Because they've just got this one blood one. And we've got some decent PD here, including our Minotaur. Gonna give a good whack there. This guy's a blood 1, so he probably can't do... Yeah, he's already fatigued out. I'm doing just 2 casts of imps. Completely fatigued him out. And the imps are doing okay, but we're breaking through them. Some little baby scorpions. And then archery fire. So, we did not end up killing him in this version, or in the real version. But I think he has nowhere to go, so he dies in the retreat. Our Hierophant gets killed by some Chemazats. So this is a case of sending the wrong tool. A Frostbrand does not work against undead. They are immune to cold damage. So that is not an effective solution. Here, we killed 2-0. There's a battle in Satis. But it's just a random, I guess it's a ping. Not sure. We'll check that out later. We get killed by Zabalba. We take something back from Zabalba. We take something back from Zabalba. Zabalba killed our PD. We take something back from Zabalba. Ubar attacks in Saramatia. And there's nobody home. It's always sad when you're, it's always, when your capital's got nobody left, that's a tough position to be in. But, you know, he's got the troops fighting where they can, so props there. Looks like we're going to lose Nidian range to Gaia. A lot of these festivals. We burned down a fairy court, Vengeful Crone, a lot of bad luck. Free thinkers. Whoa. We're not interested in free thinkers here. Not what we're after. And we finished Alt 7, which gives us good access to Marble Warriors, Creeping Doom, and Mass Protection, which are all quite nice. We do have a better turn of rating than we did before. We don't actually get this back though, because Ubar takes it, and I don't think he ever gives it back. Luckily, he's our teammate. So Zib is now here, and we're here. I thought they had more successful raids, but I suppose not. We lose this territory. We've got our big force. There's a big ball of enemies here in Strongdale. This is, I believe, the last of the Oreopod. Oh, there's one. Okay, they flew all the way back. That's what happened. I believe these are the last of the Sarmatian units. So yeah, so Zib, you know, continues to raid, but they're losing parties. We're working on shooting them down. We've got some big armies. We're gonna go try and fight and take this back. Just 40 enemies here. Take this back from some elementals. I definitely think that we could probably be more efficient. Like, I could probably do a better job of testing exactly how many Centaur you need to really beat these Anarchy and the Zabalban raiding force in general. But I didn't do that. So we're just moving around with large groups trying to take stuff back. Okay. All right, that's turn 41. Let's see. I don't think we're casting anything. We're doing some Haruspecs, Acorns, a Cornucopia. And our blood economy is still bad. Still getting there. We just don't have, it's, you know, our stuff's expensive. It's fighting. It's tough out there for a blood economy. But we'll eventually get there if we give us enough time. I don't know. It's so, you know, my other experience is on like Baratos, and they obviously get a much bigger blood economy going much sooner, but they really need it in a way that I don't know that we do. I don't know how quickly an EA Pangea blood economy is supposed to come online. Probably sooner than it is. You know, our economy's still pretty crappy and it's turned 41. You know, right now we can field blood battle magic. You know, we've got enough. We could do Sabbaths if we want. You know, if we had any, I don't think we've even researched anything. We're at blood 3. You know, we could do the handful of like bloodlust if we had demons, which we don't. If we had more research, we could get up to doing, again, the blood battle spells, but we're currently not in a position to start mass summoning demons yet. We're currently mostly, I think, using a lot of our blood slaves to make more dowsing rods, to sort of get that underway. I think what we'll eventually do is when we feel like we have a large enough economy, that's when we'll jump to blood 7 to get vampires going. We don't have a vampire plan yet, so we've got to figure that out. We either need to get a death mage from this, because we can recruit these guys. So they'd be death 1. From death 1, we would need 3 boosters and a blood empower. Well, three. So I think it's, what is it? Vampires are 4/3. Yeah, so we would need the staff, the helmet, and a ring of sorcery or wizardry, and an empower. And then we could use the other, we need one of the other blood items, either the chest piece or the brazen vessel, and we'd be there. So that would be a way to do it with 1 empower in blood. We could also empower a pan in death. It's a little more expensive. Anyway, you'd use similar items. The other option would be for someone to give us this, as these sorcerers could do it for us as well. Now, we have access to a 10% blood site, which we would need to try, you know, theoretically could try and get online. My only qualm with using this 10% blood site as our vampire spawning grounds is that it is a border province for us, and vampires obviously only reform if you maintain control of their home province. So it's a lot safer to do it in Pangaea. I don't know which is really better. Probably depends on whether you're planning to be on the offensive or the defensive for the next war. But certainly one is safer, and a 10% bonus it only gives you about, 10% more. It's not a 50% bonus or a 30% bonus. So I think that there's pros and cons. But I expect our next war may be a defensive war for a while. It sort of depends on how this conflict goes. We can see Helheim is busy sieging Marverni. Vanheim is sieging Marverni. Marverni appears to be in some amount of trouble here. I don't remember where actual... Yeah, Marverni itself is under siege, although it's hard to tell how many units are here because of stealth. Agartha's still pretty untouched. Fomoria, I think, is somewhere up here, so they may have been sort of pressured down as well. So given the way it looks, if this nation combination falls, we're going to be the largest team left, I think, by a margin. And so we may get coalitioned. But it depends. We also, if we're fast enough, maybe we can try and get in on this conflict and either eat the rest of Agartha, and this fight over here, or we can use the combat here to try and fight somebody else. With our current borders, we have good access now to fighting Lanka and their teammate Helheim. And then their other teammate is Yomi, but Yomi only has 3 provinces. So we could fight them too. We have this whole column, so we could fight Agartha. Our border with Oceania and Rus is difficult. There's water. It's far away. We have to get through Van. I guess we'll probably eat Van is what we'll do because their teammate's already dead. But that's not even really much of a war. That's sort of just a consumption. But so yeah, I think we'll see if we get coalitioned or if we get the chance to take an offensive war. It could be that we need some time to, get our affairs in order, capture some thrones. This throne is not yet captured. There's an uncaptured throne on our border here and here. This throne isn't captured. We're not quite to it though. So it may be that we try and get some thrones. This province still has the Anuki. Could try and take that at some point, although it's obviously not worth very much. We could try and like seduce the Anuki too. Well, seducing it doesn't work because it's female, but there is I think it may have its teammate with it, the flying dude, but that may only be on the throne like it is here. The Umu Apkalu, so probably, I guess given that we can see it here and we don't see it here, it's probably not there. Just Mother Oak still up. We're gonna research up Thaum 7. I don't know if this was right or not, but I wanted to go and get Charm because it seemed like fun. It seemed like it would be a good time. Beckoning can mess people up as well, depending on, where they are. Ravenous Swarm is good against some number of like vampires if they come out. Growing Fury would be good against morale plays. I don't know that we immediately need Gift of Reason, but it would be there. We could also do, Auspex and Gnome Lore, etc. to finish out our site searching. I don't think we need to cure anybody's disease, but so yeah, we're heading up for Charm, which should be neat. Okay, I think that's this turn. We're past 30 minutes. I should probably just cut it off here. That was turn 41. Thanks everybody for joining me, and have a great day.